We welcome Nina Knight and Kathy Brechtelsbauer. Nice to see you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And Kathy, I mentioned I thought you were one of the founders, and you were part of the very first committee.
I was part of the first committee that selected Challenge Day as our project. We had a couple other projects before, the MLK Diversity Committee that puts on the breakfast every year, which this year is January 17th. Put it on your calendar. And the first couple years we just wrote checks to organizations, and after that the committee decided we wanted to actually pick a project, curate a project for Jackson kids.
Well,
and we brought Challenge Day.
Yeah, and it's been great. I've had a chance to attend the breakfast several times, and it's amazing to hear the kids talk about their experiences. So we'll talk about that today. But first, Nina, I want to find out your role on the committee.
So I came in as the Jackson College liaison to the committee when we had one of our faculty member retire. So I took over with his position, and he knew that I would really enjoy this program because I worked with young people before, and I worked in anti-bullying programs before, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it and believe in the program, and so happy to be on the committee.
Cool. So Challenge Day is coming up, and you actually will go into a middle school, and you'll have middle schoolers from all over Jackson County join the event. How does it go?
So this year we're having 10 middle schools participate from across the county. We'll be at 6 sites. 4 of them will be in actual middle schools, and 2 of those days will be at Jackson College, which has been an excellent host for us for years. So we'll have 1 or 2 schools at each one of these events. They're November 4th, 5th, and 6th, and we're at 2 different sites on each day.
So what happens on Challenge Day?
Well, so for Challenge Day, the day starts out big and full of excitement. So we have all of our volunteers line up, and our students are waiting outside, and when it's time for them to come in, they come in just like a football team would come in, and the volunteers are clapping and yelling and jumping and just putting that excitement into the day and welcoming the students for a day that's all about them.
And these kids, do they have any idea what they're in for? Or were they just told
A little
to get
bit
on the bus?
No. They get a little bit of an orientation from our school rep. And this year, actually, we have a 5-minute video that we share with the schools about what Challenge Day is about. So they do have some heads up.
Here's some pictures from past Challenge Days.
Yeah.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of large group exercises, and then they have what they call small family groups, where an adult and typically 4 kids do sharing exercises on certain questions, and it goes back and forth, and the emotion goes from elation to like regret. I'm sorry I hurt somebody. I'm sorry I was a bully. I'm sorry I didn't help my friend. Because they're learning so much about the power of their own actions and the power that they have to make their schools better places.
Yeah, and the bullying, that's the one thing, and I think that's why middle school, that's where you tend to see it crop up. I remember hearing stories from some of the students that gave testimonials at the Challenge Day breakfast, and they were so emotional. They were about death. They were about tragedies that these kids or their friends might have endured. They knew nothing about all the stuff happening at their best friend's home, for example, and a lot of that just comes out during this event.
It does. Empathy is one of the main lessons our kids learn, and they learn safe means for supporting others, right? Safe means for when you share and how you share, and just that they have the power to make their schools welcoming and friendly places for all of their fellow students.
So immediately after that, everybody's so nice and kind. You can tell it's had an effect on them. But is it long lasting? Have you done research that that sticks with the kids?
So Challenge Day is the starting point for our schools and our kids. So at Challenge Day, they learn all the tools that they can take back to their schools and implement language that they can use to talk with their friends to see if they're okay. And then from there, they get to implement their own portion of Challenge Day in their schools. So it's student-led. They've come up with different activities where during lunch they have to sit with somebody new, and they challenge themselves to sit with someone new during lunch. They've done sticky notes of gratitude where they'll put sticky notes on people's lockers, showing appreciation. So all the different things that students come up with once they take that back to their school has that lasting impact.
Well, it must be cool for you and all the other adult volunteers to see that like instant action that comes from the event. You need more volunteers though.
We do. We do. We need one adult for every 4 kids, and this year we're going to have up to about 650 kids participating. So, you know, we have staff, but schools can't send their whole staff, you know. We're looking usually for, you know, about 125 community volunteers every year, and that is our QR code. If you're interested in volunteering, you can take a picture or whatever, do the link with the QR code and volunteer. And you don't have to have previous training. You come in, and the first half hour of the day is before the kids get there, and the Challenge Day leaders tell you how the day's going to go and how you need to, you know, what you need to do during the day. So no previous experience necessary. You got to like kids, you know.
You have to be kind.
You have to be a kind person, yes, because kids are going to have high points and low points during the day, and you will be coached as to how to handle those. And at the end of the day, our adults tell them it's been as meaningful to them as they've observed it be meaningful to the kids, and they have lessons to go out and exercise in their lives as well.
And it's all day, isn't it?
It's a full day. You get there about 7:30 in the morning, and you leave about 2:30 in the afternoon. We give you lunch.
Oh, nice. Well, you know, I was going to ask that next. So what if your kid is it okay if you're a parent to volunteer and your kid's in the thing?
Absolutely, but you can't be in their same small group.
Okay.
But you can be in the room with the big group with your kids.
Nice. Well, and you've been doing it. I mean, you guys keep coming back. You must like it. You must get something out of it yourselves.
Yeah, I love it. I love to see how the kids change and how they just come together. But you know, when we start at the day, we're playing silly games, and their students are kind of shy and they kind of reserved. But by the end of the day, they're all involved and they're all engaged. And our volunteers play a crucial point because we have to have one adult for every 4 kids. And if we don't have enough adult volunteers, those kids don't get to participate.
Oh.
They get to sit in the library or, you know, stay outside. So it's so crucial that we have the volunteers there to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to go.
All right, get signed up. Here again is the QR code. Scan it and make plans to be 1 or 2 or 3 day volunteers.
Well, first year, do 1 day. Check
Okay.
it out.
All
You
right.
know, second year, if you want to do 2 days, we'd love to have you.
Fantastic. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for doing this for our kids. From Jackson Middle School, Challenge Day committee members Nina Knight and Kathy Brechtelsbauer. Next, we're going to